So you see these little grids that you make? Well, each little square, you're going to take this and fold it along one little square down the middle. So you're going to fold it down the middle like this and back across like this, just along one little square. And you're going to do the same thing this way. Okay? So this sort of stands up like this. And you're going to collapse it along what you just folded. And then you see this tiny little block square here. You're going to fold this down to the square right here. And you're going to fold it down on the other side. Okay, and then you're going to turn it like this. And do the same thing just to sort of enforce it so that it's easier. Okay, so now you're going to open this up a bit and sort of sink the little square that you just made in. You want to sink it in like this, right? So you have a little sink inside the paper. And now you're gonna take these little flaps of the squares and you're gonna fold them to the right. Okay? So you're gonna sort of open it up and fold it to the right at the same time. So you're opening it up and you fold these to the right. So in the middle, you see there is a sort of flattened square that you have made. Okay, now you can turn the paper over and we actually get to fold the color side of the rose. Okay, you see this flap right here, okay? And you see this line going inside right here. This line, you're going to sort of fold this up, fold this flap into, along this line, so it's like this, okay? And then this part was sort of flat out, but you can just sort of do that. And then just sort of leave it there and do the same thing for the other flaps. Just bring it up like this. And then so it looks something like this when you're done. And you're gonna sort of gather these together. Just sort of keep turning them and they'll sort of gather in your hand. And you can start to see the beginnings of a rose. So what you're gonna do now, because it's easier to do now, you're gonna spread these petals. These are going to be the inner petals of your flower, your rose. And you're going to spread them out carefully. Okay, and then you can shape this more later. And then, so this is the inside structure of your rose. Okay, and then now you're going to shape the other petals. So you're going to open this up a little bit. Okay, so this is the hard part with, it's kind of confusing because you don't really fold along any set lines. So you're going to take one of the petals, just one of these sides, and then from the left, it's 1, 2, 3. It's 3.5 because there's a little half square right here. It's 1, 2, 3.5. It's this point right here at the end of the 3.5. And just put your finger there because that's the first point, okay? And you're going to sort of open this up, and then along the same line, you're going to count across 3. 1, 2, 3 little squares, and then up 2. 1, 2. So your second point is over here. And then you're just going to fold a line from that point to this point. And you're not folding along any lines, you're just folding sort of through nothing. So that's why this part is kind of hard. And you just gotta trust yourself. Just make a line from this point, which is 3.5 from the left, and then to this point, which is 3 away from this point and up 2. Okay? And then after you made this point, you're gonna make another fold, 1 across from this point and 2 down. So this point over here, you're also going to make a fold like that. Okay, so you have a sort of triangle sort of thing. And now you're going to make a petal, sort of petal thing. And then from this point, it's about 2/3 of the way to the first point. So it's not quite to the first point, but it's over halfway. And you're going to make another line from this point that you just folded to that 3.5 mark point. And then you're also going to make another line from this point to that 3.5 mark point. So it's going to look something like this. And then this point over here, you can just push it down like that. And then the paper, you can just sort of bring it around like so. So you have sort of a little petal thing going over here. And then you can you do the same thing for the other one. And then let's see if you can watch me to make this part a little less confusing. And I guess for this part you just have to trust yourself, because you're really not folding along any lines that are already there. You just sort of have to fold it like you think it will be and along the general area. And this part, it's not really going to line up with anything. Just sort of make it so that it sort of goes along with what you've been doing. Oh yeah, maybe it will help if I actually draw the 2 points into, here I'll find a not green pen because the paper is green. Okay. So with the black, I'm just going to draw the dots that you're supposed to be drawing on. Okay, so the first dot is right over here. Don't know if you can see that. Over here, there's a dot. And the second dot is right, the second point is right there. So, see if I can't make this first point bigger. Well, this is the first point, okay? And then this is the second point over here. 3 from that point and up 2. And then the third point is over here. So you fold it like this, and then from this point to here, and then the point in the middle, I guess, is just sort of from this point, and you just sort of find when you fold these two where they sort of intersect. So for my paper, it's somewhere around here is where these two intersect when you fold them. And then you can just push this point down and fold it across like this. Okay, so after you've done all the petals, okay, you regather the rose in your hand, okay, and you can see that there are now beautiful petals in your rose, and your rose looks much more real. This is why I really like this version of the rose, because it looks so much like a real rose.